So yesterday in our notes, when we looked at the coordinate graph, we only saw one part of the graph. We saw that part right there. The positive numbers to the right and the positive numbers up. That is called quadrant 1. It's actually written like in Roman numerals with a Q and an I, quadrant 1. Now, this over here, when you move to the left on the x-axis, those are negative numbers because remember the origin is 0. So when we move to the right, that's positive 1, 2, 3, 4. When we move to the left, it's negative 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is quadrant 2. It has a negative x and a positive y value. Quadrant 1 has a positive x and a positive y value. This down here, when we move left and down, is quadrant 3, and it has negative x values and negative y values, negative x, negative y. And this right here is quadrant 4, and it has positive x values and negative y values. So positive x and negative y values. Now, in 5th grade, you were only responsible to understand quadrant 1. Quadrant 1 is pretty simple though. So I always teach my students all the quadrants. You won't be tested on all the quadrants. Your test will only cover quadrant 1. But I do teach you all the quadrants, and it just makes your life in 6th grade that much easier. So when we're writing the ordered pair for letter A goes to the right 1, 2, 3, and up 4. So that's 3, 4. That's in quadrant 1. That's the quadrant we know. No problem. Make sure you use parentheses and a comma to separate your coordinates. Now we want B. Okay, B moves to the left 2. So that's a negative 2 because when this is 0, so if we back up from 0, that's negative 1. If we back up again, that's negative 2. So that's negative 2 and then positive up 3. So that's positive 3. So when we write our coordinate negative 2, we put a little minus sign up at the top, negative 2 and positive 3. You don't ever put a plus sign on your positive numbers. You only put a negative sign on your negative numbers. It's understood to be positive. Letter C, we go to the right 2, so our x is going to be 2, but we go down 3, and that's negative because our 0's here, so when we're going down, those are negative numbers. So positive 2, negative 3. 2, negative 3. Letter D, we go left. That's negative 5. We go down, that's negative 4. Negative 5, negative 4. So these, it's still x, y. X just goes left or right, and y is going up or down. You have to pay attention to if they're positive or negatives. E is negative 7, positive 1. Negative 7, positive 1. And F is positive 8, positive 6. 8, 6. All right. Now we're going to name the points at the ordered pairs. Oh, they made a liar out of me, and they actually did put a positive sign by it. You're not going to see that very often. As you get older, they usually don't put the positive signs by the numbers. So positive 5, 0. So that means we're going to go to the right 5 and up 0. That's letter H. 6, negative 5. We're going to go right 6, down 5 because it's a negative. That's I. Negative 1, negative 1. That means we're going to go left negative 1 and down negative 1, and that is J. Negative 4, negative 8. So we're going to start at 0. We're going to go negative 4 is to the left. Negative 8 is all the way down to K. 0, 7. So 0 means I'm not going to go left or right at all. And then 7, since it's positive, means I'm going to go up So that is letter L. Negative 5, 5. Negative 5 means I'm going to go left 5 because I want to go to my negative numbers. Negative 5. Positive 5 means, negative 5 is right here. Positive 5 means I'm going to go up 5, which is letter G. Now, before we answer the rest of the questions on this page, the reason that I went over this with you and did it in a video was because you have the opportunity to do a mushroom. This is the Mario mushroom. It says optional on it, so you don't have to do it. You have the Mario mushroom, like the 1-Up Power mushroom from Mario Brothers, or Kermit the Frog. If you choose to do these graphs, they have positive and negative numbers on them. That's why I had to teach you about positive and negative numbers. They also have, let me see on the mushroom, if I can find one, like this here. 8.5, 8.5, that's 8.5. Oh, here we have negative 4.5, that's negative 4.5. So if you were going to do a, I'm going to show you how to plot this, this first point right here. So 0, negative 4.5. So I'm going to go to my graph. I'm going to go 0, so I'm not going to go left or right at all. And then I'm going to go negative 4.5. So I'm going to go not directly on the 4 line. I'm going to go in the middle of the 4 and the 5. Okay? These are difficult because they have half marks. They're also difficult because they have negatives in them. Students really enjoy them. I give them for extra credit every year, and they really enjoy them. It is optional. If you choose to do the mushroom, you get 5 points added to a test grade. If you choose to do Kermit the Frog, you get 5 points added to the test grade. If you choose to do both the mushroom and Kermit the Frog, you get 10 points added. So you would graph them on the graph paper provided. There is a front and a back. And then you would color it when you were finished graphing it. All right. If y'all have questions about the mushroom or Kermit the Frog, if you're choosing to do it, you can email me questions about it. All right. So now we're going to go back to what we were doing and answer the rest of the questions. So if a taxi cab were to start at point 00 and drive 6 units left, 3 units down, 1 unit right, and 9 units up, what ordered pair would name the point the cab would finish at? Well, I would look at a graph and do this. So I'm going to go to the graph. It says start at 00, so I'm going to start here. Boom. Taxi cab, and he drives 6 units left, so we're going to go 6 units to the left. 3 units down, 1, 2, 3 units down. 1 unit right, 1 unit right. And 9 units up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they want, I'm going to put a 13 by this because it's problem 13. They want the ordered pair for this point. So that is negative 5, positive 6. Negative 5, positive 6. Use the coordinate graph above. Which is the y-coordinate for point X? So we got to find point X, which is right here. The x-coordinate is negative 4, but the question wants to know the y-coordinate. So the y-coordinate is just 3. We're not going to put both of them. We're just going to put a 3. I would circle this one, but you could circle either of those. Explain how to graph the ordered pair negative 2, positive 3. Where do we always start? The origin. So I would say start at the origin. Move 2 spaces. Which way are we going to move 2 spaces? Left. Then move 3 spaces. Which way are we going to move 3 spaces? Up. We move left 2 because it's negative. We move up 3 because it's positive. on the back, this is just quadrant 1. It's just showing you quadrant 1. We practice using all 4 quadrants just to help you with your Kermit the Frog and Mushroom if you choose to do those. But now we're going to practice with just quadrant 1, which is what will be on your test. So it says an admiral in the Navy has given the location of 6 submarines somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean by indicating each submarine's coordinates on a grid. In the exercise below, tell whether the admiral's coordinates are correct. If they are not correct, give the correct coordinates. So we're either going to say correct, or we're going to say not correct and correct it. So, let's see if we can fit them all on here. Just some. The admiral says there is a submarine at 06. So 0 means I don't go to the right at all, and I go up 6. Is there a submarine there? No. Not correct. And then I have to give the correct coordinates. So there is a submarine at here, which is not 06, but 60. Not correct. It is at 60. The admiral says there is a submarine at 97. So we're going to go 9 to the right. We always go right and left first. 7 up. That is correct. There is one there. Number 3, the admiral says there is a submarine at 10-4. So we're going to go to the right 10, up 4. There is a submarine there, so that is correct. Number 4 says, the admiral says, that there is a submarine 4 units above 5-1. So first we have to find 5-1. So we're going to go right 5, up 1. Then he doesn't say there's one there. He says there's one 4 units above this. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, is there one there? No. But there is one here. So first we're going to say not correct. So he said there was one 4 units above 5-1. But there's really one 4 units above this dot, which is 4-1. So there is a submarine 4 units above 4-1, not 5-1. Number 5, the admiral says there is a submarine 3 units to the right of 2-8. First, we're going to find 2-8, right 2, up 8. And it says there's a submarine 3 units to the right. 1, 2, 3. Nope, no submarine there. There is one here, though. So it's not correct. Not correct. And then we have to correct it. So instead of being 3 units to the right of 2-8, it's 3 units to the right of 2-9. So we have to write that on our answer. There is a submarine 3 units to the right of, what did we say? 2-9. 2-9. Make sure when you're writing your ordered pairs, you're putting them in parentheses and you separate them with a comma. Last question. The admiral says there is a submarine 2 units to the left of 6-5. First, we're going to go 6 and then 5, which is right here. And he says there's a submarine 2 units left. 1, 2. Yes, there is a submarine there. So I can write correct. All right, we have finished that together. You are now going to do the next page on your own. The next page just deals with quadrant 1. It says single quadrant ordered pairs. You're going to write the points, write letters for the points. You're going to give ordered pairs. Then you're going to put these points on the graph at the top of the page. You'll put the point, put a dot at 8,6, label it F, put a dot at 7,3, label it A, so on and so forth. You also need to do the back of that sheet, which is using a grid, still using a grid, but like in a real world context. This one has to do with gas stations, and this one has to do with a water tower. So you're going to answer both sides, all the questions, and then there will be an answer key posted on Google Classroom for you to check your work, and you can email me if you have any questions or are missing anything.